Bourneville was so kind to me in many, many ways, and I've always tried to appreciate it. And they made my life at Bourneville so interesting. We met film stars, we met all kinds of people who come to see how chocolates were made, and then they would come over to see the club. I was putting lids on quarter-pound tins of Bournvita on a conveyor belt, and you didn't have to miss one or you were in trouble, so you had to be quick. And Miss David, who was head of Bourneville Club, came with the forewoman to see me. And I'm putting these lids on. Carry on working, don't stop. But we have a vacancy in the swimming baths for a lifeguard, and we are going to offer it to you. Would you like it? And I said, no, thank you. Why? I said, well, I'm only a B group as far as my education is concerned, and after all, I live in a cottage. We want you to go home and think about it. And so I came home. Well, your parents weren't that interested. As long as there's some money coming in, you could be cracking coal for all they were interested. And so I had to go to see Miss David. And what are you going to do, Gladys? I said, I still refuse it. She said, I don't accept it. She said, because I'm willing to be 100% behind you to help you all along the way. Now will you accept? And even a B grouper like me thought, well, it's worth a go. And then the changes, takeovers started from different companies. And they said, you've got to learn to stand on your own 2 feet and not be wet-nursed by Cadbury's, which was a tragedy to me. But I was coming up towards 60 by now, and so they asked for, did anyone want to volunteer for redundancy? And I thought, well, I've done enough of this early morning rising and working. So I took my redundancy and came home. I'd only got in the front door and people were ringing up, such as St George's at 5 Ways. Would I go along and be their swimming instructors for a few hours a week? And I even went to Mitchell's and Butler's to take the boss's secretary to learn to swim. You can draw your own conclusions on that. And so, even though I was 60, I was still going to work. I was still going, not for odd jobs. At 70, I was still going to work, and it was increasing. And so they asked me to take a tutor's course. And so I took a tutor's course, and I went to Birmingham University, and I did tutoring in swimming and life saving. Not bad for a kid of Group B, was it? I went to work up at Centre Club at the QE Hospital, and I met some wonderful, wonderful doctors, their families. And when I decided I was going to retire from there, they gave me the most wonderful party at one of the doctors' big houses up at Warsaw. Oh, unforgettable. Presents, flowers, and so I seemed to spend my time retiring. And then, well into my 70s, I called it a day. But still, the bell goes, would you take my child swimming? The teachers are hopeless. I said, well, I couldn't take myself, let alone the child. And so that was the end of my swimming, because I've got a terminal illness. My heart's worn out and my lungs are worn out, and I'm living on borrowed time. But it's taken me longer than what the doctors foretold it would take in this terminal illness.